Dear friends, Section 66A of the Information Act 2000 made it a punishable offence for any person to send grossly offensive or menacing information using a computer device or a computer resource. This section had prescribed 3 years imprisonment if a social media message caused anyone that is found grossly offensive. What is disturbing is this section was declared unconstitutional by the court in 2015 itself, as the provision was vague and worded arbitrarily. This matter was again dealt by the division bench led by Justice Rogington Poly-Norman on 5th July 2021, as the section 66A of the Information Act 2000 was continuing not only in police station but also in trial courts across India, and found that as many as more than 745 cases were pending as on March 10, 2021 in district courts in 11 states, and the division bench said it was distressing, shocking and terrible that the people are still booked and tried under Section 66A of the IT Act, which was upheld as unconstitutional way back in 6 years ago as unconstitutional and against the freedom of speech and expression to Indian citizens that have been enshrined in the Indian Constitution. What is most disturbing and irony is that despite the Supreme Court judgments in way back in 2015 in categorical terms, offences are still being registered and being continued and came up before even the Chief Justice of India, U. Lalit, bench this month, and the centre has given its affidavit as the subject matter comes under state subject. It is the onus responsibility of the state government to comply with the orders of the Supreme Court of India. And finally, the bench headed by Justice U. Lalit has given instruction to all the state secretaries to comply with the orders of the Supreme Court of India and struck down what all are the cases that have been pending in the trial courts, and the sections 66A of the IT Act 2000 was declared as unconstitutional and void, and the matter pending in trial courts should be discarded according to the pronouncement made by the Supreme Court of India. What is disturbing is that if this is the situation in trial courts and district courts, and the police authorities run by the state government in 11 states are not adhering to the rules and regulations or even the Supreme Court judgment, what would be the fate of Indian democracy and what would be the fate of Indian judiciary and the people's faith in Indian judiciary and the rule of law governed by the state governments is a big question mark. This question should be answered by the state governments, erring state governments, and the trial courts to the conscience of the Indian citizens. This is the message of this video. Thank you so much.